The sun beat down on the savannah, casting long shadows and painting the landscape in hues of gold and amber. The air was thick with the scent of dry earth, and the distant calls of wildlife echoed across the plains. It was the heart of Africa, where the land stretched as far as the eye could see, a vast expanse of untamed beauty and raw wilderness. The savannah was a place of life and death, where every creature played its part in the grand tapestry of nature. In a small village nestled amongst ancient baobab trees lived a young girl named Nyota. The village was a close-knit community where everyone knew each other and shared their joys and sorrows. Nyota was known for her insatiable curiosity and her boundless courage. Her eyes sparkled with the light of 1,000 questions, and her heart beat with the rhythm of adventure. Nyota loved to listen to the elders speak. Their voices were like the wind, carrying stories of the past and lessons for the future. She would sit for hours, entranced by their tales. They told tales of old, stories filled with magic and wisdom, of heroes and monsters, of love and loss. Each story was a thread in the rich tapestry of their culture, a link to their ancestors. One day, while playing near the edge of the village, Nyota heard a whisper. It was a soft, almost imperceptible sound, like a secret carried on the breeze. It seemed to come from the wind, rustling the leaves of the baobab trees. The whisper was both alluring and mysterious, beckoning her to follow. Intrigued, she followed the sound, her heart pounding with excitement and a hint of fear. The path led her deeper into the forest, away from the familiar sights and sounds of her village. It led her to a hidden grove, bathed in an ethereal light. The air was thick with magic, and the grove seemed to pulse with an ancient energy. In the center of the grove, coiled around a glowing orb, was a magnificent serpent. Its presence was both awe-inspiring and terrifying, a creature of legend come to life. Its scales shimmered like 1,000 sunsets, each one reflecting a different hue. The serpent seemed to be made of pure light, a living embodiment of the sun's power. Its eyes burned with ancient wisdom, holding secrets of the earth and sky. They were eyes that had seen the birth of stars and the fall of empires. This was Mafundo, the Serpent of Fire, guardian of forgotten legends. It was said that Mafundo held the key to the mysteries of the universe, a being of immense power and knowledge. Nyota was afraid at first. The forest was dense, and the shadows seemed to move with a life of their own. Every rustle of leaves, every snap of a twig, sent shivers down her spine. She had ventured into these woods many times before, but tonight felt different. The air was thick with an unspoken tension, and the usual sounds of nocturnal creatures were eerily absent. She had heard whispers of the Serpent of Fire, but never believed the tales. The elders spoke of it in hushed tones, a creature of legend that guarded ancient secrets. Nyota had always dismissed these stories as mere folklore, tales to keep children from wandering too far into the forest. But now, standing amidst the towering trees and enveloped in fog, she began to wonder if there was truth to the legends. Yet, something about Mafundo's presence calmed her. The serpent, with its shimmering scales and wise eyes, exuded a sense of ancient wisdom and power. It was as if the very essence of the forest was embodied in this majestic creature. Nyota felt an inexplicable connection to Mafundo, a bond that transcended fear and uncertainty. The serpent spoke, its voice a low thrum that resonated in Nyota's very bones. It was a sound that seemed to come from the depths of the earth, a primal vibration that stirred something deep within her. Mafundo's words were not just heard, they were felt, echoing through her entire being. "Fear not, child," Mafundo said. Its voice was soothing, like a gentle breeze on a hot day. Nyota felt her fear begin to melt away, replaced by a growing sense of curiosity and wonder. What secrets did this ancient serpent hold? What stories were waiting to be unveiled? "You have been chosen to hear a tale long forgotten, a legend that must be kept alive." Mafundo's eyes glowed with an inner light, and Nyota knew that this was a moment of great significance. She had been chosen for a reason, and it was her duty to listen and remember. Nyota listened, her heart pounding with a mixture of fear and excitement. The forest around her seemed to hold its breath, as if the very trees were eager to hear the serpent's tale. She felt a sense of anticipation, a feeling that something extraordinary was about to unfold. She knew this was a moment that would change her life forever. The weight of the serpent's words settled upon her, and she felt a newfound determination. Whatever the tale, whatever the task, she was ready to embrace it. The serpent began its tale. Its voice was like a melody, weaving a tapestry of words that painted vivid images in Nyota's mind. She could see the events unfold as if she were there, a witness to the ancient past. It spoke of a time when the world was young, the land was untouched, a pristine paradise where magic flowed freely. The creatures of the earth lived in harmony, guided by the wisdom of the Sky Father Nyami. The Sky Father Nyami had gifted humanity with a portion of his celestial fire. This fire was a source of great power and knowledge, a beacon of hope and enlightenment. It was a gift that came with great responsibility. This fire, contained within a star, was entrusted to Kofi, the first star-bearer. Kofi was chosen for his wisdom and courage, a guardian who would protect the celestial fire from those who sought to misuse its power. Kofi's duty was to protect the star and ensure the balance between light and darkness. He stood as a sentinel, a bridge between the mortal world and the divine. His task was not an easy one, but he carried it out with unwavering dedication and strength. Kofi traveled the world, sharing the star's warmth and light. He brought prosperity and joy wherever he went. However, Ogun, the Lord of Shadows, craved the star's power for himself. He wanted to shroud the world in eternal darkness. A great battle ensued between Kofi and Ogun, a clash of light and shadow. Kofi, with the star's power, vanquished Ogun, banishing him to the darkest corners of the world. To ensure Ogun could never again threaten the world, Kofi divided the star's power. He entrusted fragments to guardians like Mafundo, each sworn to safeguard their portion of the celestial fire. Mafundo finished his tale, his voice heavy with foreboding. He revealed that Ogun was stirring once more. The Lord of Shadows was slowly regaining his strength, his darkness seeping out to corrupt the world. The Serpent of Fire explained that a prophecy foretold the rise of a new star-bearer, someone who would reunite the fragments of celestial fire and banish Ogun forever. "You, Nyota," Mafundo said, his voice booming, "are the chosen one. You must find the scattered fragments of the star and restore balance to the world." Nyota, overwhelmed by the weight of the task, felt a surge of courage course through her. She knew what she had to do. Section 5, The Journey Begins. Nyota's journey would not be easy. She would face many dangers and trials, but she was determined to succeed. Mafundo gave her a small, smooth stone, warm to the touch. "This," he said, "is a piece of the celestial star, a guide on your journey. It will lead you to others who possess fragments of the star." Armed with the stone and Mafundo's blessing, Nyota set out. She traveled for days, guided by the warmth of the stone. Along her journey she met Adina, a skilled hunter from a neighboring village. Adina was also drawn to the power of the stone and vowed to help Nyota. Section 6, Trials of Courage. Together, Nyota and Adina faced treacherous mountains and vast deserts. They encountered cunning creatures and overcame each challenge with bravery and ingenuity. Through these trials their bond deepened, forged in the fires of shared purpose. With each fragment of the star they found, the stone in Nyota's hand grew warmer, pulsing with increasing light. The closer they got to their goal, the stronger Ogun's presence loomed. They faced storms and illusions, all designed to thwart their quest. Yet Nyota and Adina pressed on, their resolve unwavering. Section 7, The Light of 1,000 Stars. Finally they reached Ogun's fortress, a desolate place shrouded in perpetual darkness. As they entered, the fragments of the star they had gathered flew from their hiding places, drawn to the source of their power. In Nyota's hand, the stone blazed with the light of 1,000 stars. Ogun, a towering figure of darkness, confronted them. The battle was fierce, a whirlwind of light and shadow. Nyota, drawing on the combined power of the star fragments and her own unwavering spirit, faced the Lord of Shadows. With a final, resounding cry, she unleashed the full power of the star. Section 8, The Storyteller. Ogun was vanquished, banished once more to the darkness. The villagers could finally breathe a sigh of relief, knowing that the malevolent force that had plagued their land was no more. The dark forest, once a place of fear and trepidation, began to reclaim its natural beauty. Light returned to the land and balance was restored. The sun rose over the hills, casting a golden hue over the fields and the village. Birds sang songs of joy, and the air was filled with the scent of blooming flowers. It was as if nature itself was celebrating the victory. Exhausted but triumphant, Nyota and Adina returned to the village, hailed as heroes. The villagers gathered around them, their faces beaming with pride and gratitude. They had not only saved the village but had also restored hope and faith in the hearts of the people. Nyota, forever changed by her experience, became the village storyteller. She had seen and experienced things that few could imagine, and she felt a deep responsibility to share these stories with her people. She shared the legend of the Star Bearer, ensuring the tale, and its lessons of bravery and light, would never be forgotten. Her stories were not just tales of adventure but also carried profound lessons about courage, resilience, and the power of unity. Night after night she captivated listeners with her tales, weaving magic with her words. The flickering flames of the campfire danced in sync with her stories, creating an enchanting atmosphere that drew everyone in. Her voice painting vivid pictures of her encounters with Mafundo, her trials with Adina, and the challenges they faced together. Each story was a journey, taking her listeners to distant lands and times long past. And her final battle with Ogun. The intensity of her words made the listeners feel as if they were right there with her, facing the darkness and fighting for the light. The children of the village, their eyes wide with wonder, would sit at her feet, hanging on to every word. They were the future, and Nyota knew that by igniting their imaginations, she was planting the seeds of bravery and wisdom in their hearts. Their imaginations ignited by her stories, they dreamed of becoming heroes themselves one day. Nyota's tales were more than just entertainment, they were a beacon of hope and inspiration for generations to come. Section 9, Nyota's Legacy. Generations passed. The village prospered under the watchful eyes of the stars. Nyota's tales lived on, passed down from parent to child, a testament to the enduring power of courage, the importance of balance, and the triumph of light over darkness. And so, the legend of Nyota, the girl who faced the Serpent of Fire, challenged the Lord of Shadows, and became the new Star-Bearer, continued to inspire hope and courage in the hearts of all who heard it. It reminded them that even the smallest light can banish the deepest darkness.